Good morning, and as we have been saying at the BBC for the last 90 years, welcome to Wimbledon.
And then it's game, set and match to Great Britain. Tennis rushes in, jumps over the net and shakes hands with Crawford.
And Martina Navratilova is Queen of Wimbledon.
Roger Federer is on his back in the middle of centre court, but he stands on top of world tennis once more.
Steffi Graf has won her 7th Wimbledon.
And Arthur Ashe goes to the umpire.
Virginia has won. Virginia has grasped the title she thought would never be hers.
The king of clay has conquered the grass. He is Rafael Nadal of Spain.
Morgan two-hand across court, he's beaten him.
Goran Ivanisevic is standing there, staggering in centre court.
Serena Williams is underneath it and smashes to win the title.
Murray's the Wimbledon champion. It seems ludicrous to say it, but a British man has just won Wimbledon.
Wonderful Wimbledon memories there, one of my favourites amongst them. There wasn't a 5 Live Sports Extra station back in 1927, but this year, Wimbledon 2017. We are going to be here throughout the championships, bringing you mostly the action from the outside courts, while 5 Live at Wimbledon starts at midday, and they will have the centre court matches, starting with the men's defending champion Andy Murray today. Wimbledon is looking beautiful. It is pristine, the sun is shining, everything is in its perfect place, including the crowd. I'm always fascinated by the way they are marched in very slowly behind stewards who hold out ropes. Nobody moves out of place at all, and they calmly make their way to their seats or up to Henman Hill. And in front of me, I have courts 14, 15, 16 and 17. The crowds are sitting in their seats, as they have been for almost an hour now, waiting for the players to come out. So let's get a feel for what's happening around Wimbledon over the next few minutes before the players come out and we get some action. Let's go across to court number 2, which is where we can find Jonathan Overend and Naomi Cavaday. Good morning.
Good morning, Karthi. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very excited. I still get, and I'm sure you do too, that buzz, that feeling when you walk into Wimbledon on day one. It's the tingle, isn't it?
It absolutely is, and I think I've been coming here about 30 years now, working more latterly, but then before that as a fan as well. And you find yourself taking photos everywhere you go. You get your phone out.
That's the same thing every year as
exactly. That's a good view. Look how good that looks. And then you think, I took that exact same photograph last year and probably in 1996 as well. But it is that sort of place. And, you wonder about those fans that you talk about who are perhaps here for the first time today. Well, what a magical experience it is when you experience Wimbledon for the first time. It is like nowhere else on the planet. And on a day like today, where it is a little breezy and there's a little bit of cloud cover, but the sun is certainly making an early morning appearance, those spectators are going to sit there, enjoy some wonderful tennis and soak up the occasion.
It is a really special place, as you said, Jonathan. And magical moments, do you think we might see one of those from Mr. Andy Murray? You have spoken to him in the last couple of days, haven't you? How is he feeling?
Well, I don't know. Magical moments in terms of winning a third title, yeah. I have to say, is unlikely at this stage. I mean, never have I known the Murray camp, whether it be deliberately or, almost metaphorically, to play down his chances as I have done here. Very unusual to see him hobbling about a practice court. You just don't see that from Andy Murray normally. So you can't help but read into that is some sort of subliminal message to underplay his chances. Now, I'm not saying he's going to lose today, because Alexander Bublik from Kazakhstan is a fiery character and a big personality, but I don't really feel he's got anywhere near enough about his game to trouble even a half-fit Andy Murray. But whether Murray can get through deep into the second week and challenge for the third title, I think has to be debated.
Yeah, Naomi, that injury, the hip injury, in terms of your movement on grass, it's so important, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure that goes through the hips and the lower body on grass. You have to stay a lot lower and change direction. The grass can be a bit sticky as well as a bit slick in patches. So much pressure through the lower body, which is slightly different to coming from the clay, which is much more about upper body strength and as well as a little bit more on the sliding. So yeah, big difference in the muscle groups being used.
And in terms of the men's draw, Jonathan, it's relatively open this year, isn't it? We've got the world number, well, not the world number 2, but seeded second, Novak Djokovic, who looked... I was at Eastbourne last week and he looked very relaxed and as if he's suddenly, that weight that's been on his shoulders for 12 months or more has been lifted. But Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, these top 4 that we've talked about for years and years, all 4 of them here and in the top 4 again.
Exactly, and I think that's what's interesting about the draw this year.